In this video, I'm just going to take a look at an important question if you are an employer, and that is when it comes to your employment contracts with your staff, should the staff handbook be contractual? You may not have a staff handbook, you may have a disciplinary procedure, a grievance procedure, a dignity to work procedure only, which you give to your staff. But regardless, should they be contractual, and should your staff handbook or your employee handbook be contractual? My recommendation is that it should not be contractual. The reason for this is threefold. Number one, new policies or procedures may be required as you progress with your business. And if the staff handbook is contractual, then you can't amend the contract without the consent of the employee. So to introduce each new policy and procedure, you're going to need the consent of the employees, and that might be problematic depending obviously on the policy or procedure. The second reason is changes to existing policies may be necessary. For example, you may have a policy in relation to staff uniforms or use of company vehicles or something like that. If you want to change those policies, then if the staff handbook is contractual, strictly speaking, you're changing the contract. And if your employees don't agree, don't consent, then you have a difficulty, because you cannot change the contract of employment unilaterally. The third reason is that failure to adhere to any policy or procedure, for example a disciplinary procedure, may leave you open to a claim for breach of contract, because remember, if the disciplinary procedure is in the staff handbook and the staff handbook is contractual, then the employee would be entitled that every single step of the procedure would be followed, and that would apply also to other policies and procedures if they are contractual. My recommendation then is that you put at the beginning of your staff or your employment contract this paragraph here. Basically it says that this letter sets out your terms and conditions of employment with the company and embodies the entire agreement and understanding between employer and employee. Copies of our relevant policies and procedures will be provided to you under separate cover, but for the avoidance of doubt, these documents are not contractual and may be amended and or replaced from time to time at the discretion of the employer. That at the beginning of your staff or your contract of employment will ensure that the entire contract is contained within the contract of employment. It makes life easier for you as an employer. My name is Terry Gorry. I'm a solicitor in Enfield and County Meath, and I hope you found this video useful.